We just witnessed one of the wildest and most unforgettable moments in love and hip-hop, Atlanta history. Seriously, the drama reached a whole new level. Even the most die-hard reality TV fans had to stop and say, "Wait, what just happened?" The tension we've all been anticipating finally exploded. And trust me, it wasn't a pretty sight. Rasheeda and Yandy, once inseparable, besties, partners in everything, practically like sisters in the spotlight, are now locked in a full-blown feud. Yep, you heard that right. These two who used to light up every red carpet together, showing the world what friendship goals really looked like, have now turned against each other. And the moment it all came to a head? That dinner scene. Chaos. So what sparked it? Was it just a misunderstanding? Or was this fallout building behind the scenes for years? We're talking betrayal, secrets, and a dramatic face-off that had everyone asking, how did we get here? And here's where it gets even messier. Inside sources are saying there's more to this story than just a verbal blow-up. Think leaked videos, private messages, and drama that runs much deeper than what we saw on camera. This clash could destroy everything they built. So now the big question is this fight the end of their friendship for good? Or is there still a chance they can patch things up? Spoiler alert, there's a major twist coming that no one saw. Coming, so stick around. This scandal is just getting started. But before we unpack all the juicy details, let's rewind for a second. Because if you really want to understand what went wrong, you've got to look at their history. Rasheeda and Yandy weren't just close. They were the ultimate duo, like peanut butter and jelly, always together. We watched them crush red carpets, flood social media with their glam lives, and dominate love and hip-hop. Atlanta like true queens. They were untouchable. Or so we thought. But even the strongest friendships can crack under pressure. It started slowly. Subtle shade, awkward interviews, and smiles that didn't quite reach their eyes. Most people brushed it off, but no one expected the bombshell that eventually dropped. It felt like fate said, "Let's turn up the heat." And suddenly, their picture-perfect friendship was shattered. How did things go from soul sisters to bitter enemies? The answer lies in power struggles, jealousy, and the hunger for the spotlight. Let's be real. Reality TV lives for this kind of chaos. The bigger the drama, the better the ratings. But this time, it wasn't just made-for-TV nonsense. It was personal. Rasheeda and Yandy had been through thick and thin. Career highs and lows, beef with other celebs, and a roller coaster of emotional moments. But somewhere along the line, one of them decided to stop playing nice. Was it Rasheeda, tired of Yandy stealing the spotlight? Or did Yandy feel fed up being second best in the friendship? Either way, the fallout was loud, messy, and very, very real. Let's be honest, Yandy had always played second fiddle to Rasheeda's more successful and established career. And we've all seen that one person who starts feeling like they're not getting the recognition they deserve. Frustration builds, resentment creeps in, and before long, they're making quiet moves behind the scenes. That's usually how betrayals begin to brew. As time passed, whispers began to circulate. People started talking. Word on the street was that Yandy had been seen mingling with folks who didn't exactly align with Rasheeda's inner circle. Fans of Rasheeda picked up on it too. Her vibe seemed different, and something just felt off. Let's not overlook the business side of the entertainment industry. In this world, loyalty can be temporary and alliances shift fast, especially when large sums of money are involved. When ambition clashes with friendship, things can get messy. Maybe Yandy's hunger for more was growing beyond what their friendship could hold. Or maybe Rasheeda, after building her empire from the ground up, just wasn't interested in sharing the spotlight anymore. Then came the moment that truly changed everything. The secret plan. Yes, you read that right. According to sources close to the situation, Yandy was allegedly caught up in a behind-the-scenes scheme that blindsided Rasheeda completely. Now, whether Yandy was intentionally pulling strings, or this whole thing was just a big misunderstanding is still up for debate. But one thing was clear: Rasheeda wasn't about to let it slide. There's talk that Yandy made some serious backdoor moves that directly impacted Rasheeda's professional life. And if there's one thing we know about Rasheeda, it's that she fiercely protects her brand and her grind. So to her, this wasn't just a betrayal. It was a threat to everything she had built. According to leaked reports, Yandy was allegedly caught having conversations with people who were openly criticizing Rasheeda's business ventures. We can't confirm if that's true, but the rumors alone caused a major stir. Still, it wasn't just the reports that fueled the drama, it was the fans. In situations like these, when the facts are unclear, the internet runs wild with speculation. Fans began connecting the dots, making theories, and before long, social media was flooded with accusations. Was Yandy trying to bring Rasheeda down from the inside? Was she aiming to take over her friend's spotlight? Or were people just twisting events and blowing them out of proportion? Regardless, once doubt takes root, trust becomes hard to rebuild, and their bond was definitely fractured. But believe it or not, this wasn't even the peak of the drama. Now fast forward to the night everything blew up. The showdown we all knew was coming. It happened during a cast dinner. And no, this wasn't one of those calm, scripted sit-downs. This was raw, real, and heated. It was Rasheeda versus Yandy, and you could cut the tension in the room with a knife. Surrounded by their castmates, what started as a regular conversation quickly spiraled into a fiery confrontation. Rasheeda had clearly reached her breaking point. She looked Yandy in the eye, and according to those who were there, hit her with the question that set it all off. How long have you been scheming behind my back? You could feel the fury in the air. And when Rasheeda's mad, she doesn't hold back. You could see the emotion in her face as she slammed her drink down. This wasn't a TV moment. This was personal. Rasheeda slammed her hand on the table, demanding answers. The entire room went silent, eyes glued to Yandy, waiting to see how she would respond. But Yandy, true to form and known for staying composed under pressure, wasn't about to let Rasheeda rattle her. In classic Yandy style, she fired right back. You're not so innocent yourself, you've got secrets too. And just like that, the gloves were off. The situation instantly escalated. Chairs scraped loudly against the floor as castmates shifted in shock. Voices were raised, tempers flared, and before anyone could intervene, things got physical. Rasheeda shoved Yandy. What followed? Absolute chaos. Fists flew, wigs came off, and that calm dinner scene spiraled into pure madness. Security rushed in to separate them, but the damage had already been done. Yandy's wig was hanging by a thread. Rasheeda's mic went flying across the room, and millions of viewers watched it all go down. To say this was the most dramatic moment. In love and hip-hop, Atlanta history would be putting it mildly. It was explosive. The kind of scene that had everyone yelling at their screens. This wasn't just TV drama. This was raw, unfiltered reality. And trust me, the madness didn't end with the fight. That dinner brawl was only the beginning of what would become one of the show's biggest controversies. Naturally, fans had a lot to say. And when I say a lot, I mean social media blew up instantly. Twitter was flooded with hashtags like #Team Rasheeda and #Team Yandy. Everyone had an opinion, and the internet quickly turned into a battleground. Some fans were devastated to see their favorite friendship fall apart. Others, they were eating up the drama. Every platform, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, was buzzing. Even the paparazzi jumped in, eager to get their piece of the scandal. The media went wild too. Headlines were everywhere. Rasheeda and Yandy's friendship destroyed an explosive fight, and who's really to blame for the latest love in hip-hop? Feud? This drama was bigger than anything the series had ever aired. and you just know the producers were behind the scenes celebrating. This wasn't just another episode. This was ratings gold. But now, the real question loomed. Could this once unbreakable friendship be salvaged? Or had they crossed the line of no return? And if you thought the chaos ended with the fight, think again. That dinner table blow-up kicked off a chain reaction. What followed was a whirlwind of media attention and fan speculation that just kept growing. This was the fallout, and it was messy. The impact of that explosive night didn't just stay within the walls of that restaurant. It spread like wildfire. Celebrities, fans, gossip blogs, everyone was weighing in. Social media lit up with predictions about where Rasheeda and Yandy's careers were headed next. But anyone hoping the world would move on quickly? Nope. The drama was just beginning, and it was about to get even uglier. So what exactly happened in the days following Rasheeda's infamous table slam and Yandy's wig incident? Reactions poured in almost immediately. The tabloids had a field day, printing every rumor and theory under the sun. Allegations, supposed backstabbing, behind-the-scenes secrets, it was nonstop coverage. From decoding cryptic captions in Rasheeda and Yandy's social media posts to wild theories about what really sparked the fight, everyone had something to say. Fans, bloggers, and even industry insiders jumped in with their own hot takes on what went down behind the scenes. But first, let's talk about the public reaction. And trust me, it was priceless. The fan base was completely split. Some were genuinely heartbroken, shocked that two strong women who had been through thick and thin would let everything fall apart over something that, to many, seemed petty. Comments flooded in like, "We never expected this from Rasheeda. She's always been the mature one, the peacemaker." And if you think the drama stayed just on Twitter, you'd be wrong. Celebrities began weighing in too, which only added more fuel to the fire. Some of them even picked sides. Michelle, who's no stranger to controversy, tweeted some vague but shady posts about loyalty and betrayal. And then there was Tamar Braxton, never one to hold her tongue. She tweeted something that had people raising eyebrows. Sometimes you've got to cut ties with people who don't have your best interest at heart. Was that tweet aimed at Rasheeda and Yandy? Nobody knows for sure, but the timing couldn't have been more suspicious. Now, let's get into what everyone was really wondering. How would this fight impact their careers? Because this wasn't just a viral moment. It could be a turning point for both of them. In the world of reality TV, a moment like this can either skyrocket your fame or completely ruin your image. It wasn't clear which direction things would go for either woman. For Rasheeda, it was a tricky situation. She's always been seen as the level-headed one, the boss, the entrepreneur, the fan favorite. But this fight had some of her loyal supporters questioning her character. Was this just a moment of built-up frustration? Or had she been carrying resentment for a long time? If her fan base starts to shift, it could spell trouble, not just for her TV career, but for her businesses too. Because let's not forget, Rasheeda isn't just a cast member on Love and Hip Hop. She runs a boutique, owns multiple businesses, and has a whole cosmetics line. The last thing she needs is bad press affecting her brand. And yes, she had every right to defend herself. But the optics? Not so great. What do you think? Was Rasheeda justified in how she handled it? Or did she take it too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take on this messy situation. Oh, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now. We're covering all the latest tea, celebrity drama, and reality TV scandals as they unfold. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single update. Turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when the next jaw-dropping story drops. And don't forget to like this video if you're here for the drama, and share it with that one friend who needs the full scoop on what's really happening with Rasheeda and Yandy. Because we're here to spill the truth. no matter how wild it gets. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next one with even more explosive news. You're not going to want to miss it.